Hi, everyone. Welcome. I'm Jennifer, and this is Master Your State. This channel is for anyone who's trying to grow without burning themselves out. We're going to talk about mindset, money, and meaningful habits in a way that feels calm, real, and doable. If you've been feeling overwhelmed or behind, or like you're carrying too much, you're in the right place. I created this space because I believe something really simple, but really powerful. Your life changes when you change your state. Not your personality, not your entire routine, not your whole identity, your state. Because how you feel affects how you think, and how you think affects what you do, and what you do becomes your result. And a lot of people don't need more pressure. They don't need a new planner. They don't need a 5 a.m. miracle routine. They don't need someone yelling at them to grind harder. But most people need stability. They need clarity. They need to feel grounded again. And that's what we're doing here. January has this weird energy. It makes people feel like they should already be on track. Like you're supposed to just wake up on January 1st and suddenly become organized and become emotionally healed, become rich and motivated and in the best shape of your life. But if you're not, you start feeling like you failed. And January isn't always about sprinting. Sometimes January is about stabilizing. It's about rebuilding your foundation. It's about learning how to show up for yourself again without forcing it and without falling apart. It's a skill, and it matters very much. Something I've learned over the last few years is that growth doesn't always look loud. 1 year ago, I thought growth meant more effort than I do now. Fixing things, over-explaining, overthinking, trying to control outcomes. But real growth looks quieter than that. It looks like not absorbing everyone else's emotions, not rushing to fix things that aren't yours, not abandoning yourself just to keep the peace, and staying grounded even when things feel uncertain. You don't grow by forcing clarity. You grow by creating safety inside yourself first, and then clarity shows up. There's also something that I sometimes talk about, and I call it the bleh. It's not a panic attack. It's not a huge red flag. It's just that subtle internal feeling that says, something's off. A lot of people ignore that feeling, especially in relationships, especially at work, especially when they don't want to start over. But the bleh isn't weakness, it's information. And the more you just trust yourself with small things, the louder your intuition gets, and the less chaos you tolerate. Another idea I love, and I live by this, a mentor once told me, the person who figures out how to enjoy the process will always beat the person who's just tolerating it. Same hours, same responsibilities, just completely different energy and completely different results. Because when you're just tolerating your life, everything feels heavier than it has to. Your nervous system stays tense, your thinking narrows, and you feel like you're dragging yourself through the day. But when you find a way to enjoy the process, even a little, you become more creative, more consistent, and weirdly enough, you start working out faster. This applies to everything. Your health, your routines, your relationships, your work. One of my favorite reminders is this quote. If you think you're too small to make a difference, try sleeping with a mosquito, because it's never the big things that wreck your peace. It's the little things you ignore. One avoided conversation, one skipped habit, a month of I'll deal with it later on, or one little thing you keep pretending doesn't matter. That's what compounds. But the good news is, small positive choices compound too. 5 minutes of movement, one honest check-in with yourself, one tiny boundary, one decision to stop ignoring something. You don't need a massive overhaul. You need a few things done with intention. Because I work with money, I'll tell you something I've seen over and over. People don't struggle with money because they're bad at math. They struggle because they avoid it emotionally. Ignoring numbers doesn't make them go away. But looking at them calmly, that changes everything. Money responds to clarity, just like life does. When you stop avoiding, you start leading. So on this channel, you'll get things like mindset shifts that actually help in everyday life, ways to create calm and clarity even when life is super busy, practical money and life advice without shame, and honest reminders that you're not crazy for feeling what you're feeling. This isn't about perfection. It's about becoming stronger and steadier, one choice at a time. How you think is how you feel, and how you think and feel is exactly what you get. Period. End of story. So master your state, and what you seek will follow. Thank you for being here, and if you want to stick around, subscribe, because I'll be posting more videos like this. I'll see you in the next one.